Keeping it green, raw perspective, concrete and steel, keeping it good and raw. Guess what? Let's talk about Bad Boy, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, Love, whatever he going by in this moment. He decided to give back the publishing to all the Bad Boy artists, right? This is a good thing, but how would people feel about it? The timing of it. Some people say he doesn't have anything else going, so this is a way that he gets himself in the news or whatever. He was offered $300 million supposedly for the catalog. He turned it down and said, I'm just going to give the artists back their catalog so they can get their own royalties in their pocket. Here's one thing though. How valuable is the catalog to certain artists right now? Mark Curry is highly upset and saying, look, man, you can keep that. Just give me the bread. Because sometimes the value of something where it was at its peak, it's gone. You won't get that. You won't get that. That is gone. So some people feel he exhausted all the value out of the catalog, and now you want to give the catalog up. It's a couple of ways to look at that, right? Sometimes you have to say, okay, well, you know what? What can I do as an artist now that I own my catalog? How can I get myself back in the mix? You know, people hearing my name, doing certain things. But the truth is, now that's a hard deal to work out. So I know a lot of people have opinions, but it's better to understand that because you're giving me something now, if you would have gave it to me 20 years prior, I could have had a benefit that I can't have now because you waited and they squeezed and exhausted everything out of it. Now you want to give it to me and you want me to be happy about it. Well, Mark Curry and probably other artists that are not speaking out as of yet don't feel good about it. And this is what you have to put it in a better context, right? If you have an opportunity, right, and you ask someone for some help and some money, and they say no, right? You ask them for $10,000 and they say no, the opportunity is gone. So now when they offer you the $10,000 the following year, how do you feel about that? Yo, bro, the 10,000 was going to make me 100. So now you're giving me the 10,000, the opportunity is gone. That time has passed. And for some people that understand what I'm saying, probably was in similar situations where they needed something. Or if they had access at the time, it might be a whole different scenario that they're living in now. So this is why with some people and a lot of people, Puffy don't get the props. Puffy and Mace was just battling about this for some time, about the publishing, about all of that. And maybe because of that argument, what Mace did and how Mace kept putting them on Front Street, maybe that started the possible conversation, even for someone purchasing the catalog. And I don't know who the person or the group were that offered him the $300 million to know if it was even a legitimate deal, because people play games and everybody got an angle. But some people may feel good because they're marketable still. Faith Evans, the Biggie catalog, there's things that are still marketable. But for a Mark Curry that maybe had one hit, two, whatever it was, I'm not sure, he'd rather have the money. So he did give an example, because I watched part of the conversation. It's like, well, Puffy took his girl, had 4 kids with her, and then give her back. So sometimes, like, you know, not everybody's career can be kick-started again. Not everybody's career can be kickstarted again, in the sense that what is he going to promote? Does he have money to promote himself? He can get online and say some things, but will he get concerts? Maybe he can get his music put into a film, but these are very slim odds that this can happen for him. So once again, is Puffy satisfying himself in some way, or is he trying to be legitimate? Because sometimes people be saying, hey man, you kind of like trying to empower the artist. That's what you're trying to do. But if you was really trying to empower them, you would have gave them the catalog when it had power. You understand? When it was valuable, where their names were being spoken about, this, that. You know what I'm saying? So it's a tricky dynamic. And a lot of times you don't know why certain things are being done until down the road when it plays out. Then you be like, that's why he gave them the catalogs. That's why he did it. Because 8 times out of 10, Puffy has a motive. And it's okay to have a motive. But what type of motive do you have in giving this back? So once again, he was offered $300 million. He turned it down. He said, I'm going to give the catalogs back to the artists. And out of that bad boy roster of artists, how many people catalog is valuable? And also now it's a lot of artists selling their catalogs, right? And in the normal sense, you'd be like, no, you keep your catalog. That's your value. That's your bank. That's your equity. So why are artists selling their catalogs now? Maybe it's something we don't know as of yet. But there's a lot of artists selling their catalogs. What could be coming down the pipes that in this moment we don't understand, but later on it might be clear? So it's just something to speculate, something to think about, because there's a lot of changes going as technology changes and different things happen. We're going to see how this play out. Concrete and steel, keep it good and raw.